outside our campground. There's a couple of deer. There have been so many deer at this campground. Like, here's our chairs. There's the deer. Everywhere we've turned, there's been deer at this campground. It's worth a stay at this campground just for that alone. We're spending the weekend at Lake Fort Smith State Park. What can you do here? Well, it all starts with a trip to the visitor center. This state park started life in the 1930s as a WPA city park. The location of the park was actually moved in 2008 when the lakes Fort Smith and Shepherd Springs were merged together. In the visitor center, you will find interactive exhibits about the history and ecology of the valley. You can even view a 16-minute film about it. You can learn about aquatic species in the lakes and see reptiles. And of course, you can shop in the camp store that sells some essentials and some souvenirs. Behind the visitor center is first there's some bird feeders, which the squirrels seem to like a lot. And there's a scenic viewpoint of the lake. Hollywood Cruz, a vocal advocate for the disabled in her beloved Arkansas. The walk and overlook stand as a testament to her commitment for accessible state park facilities. Well, good job, Polly Cruz. So we're overlooking the day use area. And the marina. There's the marina. Beautiful. The original Lake Fort Smith State Park closed down in 2002 so they could expand the lake. And they moved the park to this area where it's at. They couldn't move the buildings, but they did use the stone in this area right here. This is looking back up at the visitor center. The Ozark Highlands Trail starts right over there by that little trail box.
So the Ozark Highlands Trail and the Shepherd Spring Trail start here. And they ask you, depending on which trail you're doing, there's 2 different registrations in there. And if you're overnighting on the OHT, you have to register also at the visitor center. But yeah, this one goes across Arkansas, the OHT, so maybe we'll do that someday.
Yeah, it's supposed to eventually meet up with the Ozark Trail in Missouri.
Yeah.
Yeah. This sign over here says camping is prohibited on the Ozark Highlands Trail from trailhead to 6 mile mark. So you gotta hike at least 6 miles before you camp. Good to know.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about how gorgeous this state park is? It is one of Arkansas's premier parks as far as I'm concerned. And even the road to the park is spectacular. We were greeted by about 10 deer on the way there. Little did we know we would continue to see these deer all through the weekend. This park is really popular. I have been trying to book a site in this park for the last 3 years, and I finally got in. So if you have your sights set on this park, either be very, very flexible with your dates or do some pre-planning. There are 20 campsites with full hookups, 10 with water and electric. There are also some cabins and even 2 group lodges that you can rent. And did I mention the deer that you'll see around every corner? Here's a look at our site. We're in site number 7. We have all these sites have beautiful tent pads. And when we got here yesterday, there was a load of wood waiting for us. I don't know if that's something they do or what, but it was nice. And we have no neighbors on either side of us. Our campsite was definitely Jack approved and apparently also deer approved. It's really amazing how many times you will see this family of deer at this park. They've got it good here and they know it. Oh my god, this car just pulled through and these deer are still just hanging out. Don't let the deer distract you though, because the lake is pretty cool too. And if you're lucky, you can sign up for the Friday night lake tour offered by park interpreters. Sadly, we couldn't make it there in time. Well, we are just about to hike a trail here at Lake Fort Smith State Park. We're trying to cram in as much as we can in the one day we're here. Came in on a Friday, leaving on the Sunday. So, we'll see. It's 3/4 of a mile one way. And I believe it takes you back to the visitor center. But it starts at the lodges. Graham's trying out his new camera, so you might get some fantastic shots of this bridge that we're about to cross. Jack's pulling me along here. There's the marina. Oh my god, this guy just jumped up here, coming for us. Once you get through over the little bridge, you gotta look for the blaze on the roadway and follow the roadway for a bit. It's blazed in this bright green. Then we cross the road and head up the steps.
Yeah, come on.
The Warren Hollow Trail comes out at the visitor center where we were just this morning. And like I said, it's only 3/4 of a mile one way. So it's a good little hike if you have kids, a dog you want to tire out, an old doggy. Jack seems to have enjoyed it. He's peed all the way here. Oh my gosh, there were so many vultures flying right over me just then. There's a bunch of turkey vultures or buzzards of some sort flying in these trees. They were just flying over me. So, Graham, thoughts on this little trail?
Oh, it's a perfect little trail for a morning walk.
Yep.
It's well signposted.
It's nice and wide, and you don't feel like you're threatened with poison ivy at every turn. Yep. It's a good one. And you get the payoff of the scenic view. If you start by the lodges, then you get the scenic view as a payoff by the visitor center. And there's also bathrooms at the visitor center should you need them. All right. Well, let's see what we can get into next. So we've taken the pack raft out for its inaugural try. And first I was sitting up front and I immediately had a panic attack because the front end was going up. So then Graham was like, well, we'll get out and try you in the back, which is slightly better, but I don't know about it. I just don't know. Graham's decided kneeling is the way to go in this thing, but it's like tight. He's doing a stellar job paddling while I sit in the back. Well, here's Lake Fort Smith. I feel like I'm probably just exceeding the weight limit. This is our pack raft. And this is the first time we've used it. I can only describe what happened to me
as sheer panic. He's being diplomatic.
Well, I think it's a fun craft. We just got to get used to it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Just got to work out who sits where,
When we
how you
switched,
sit.
yeah, when I switched and got in the back, it was better. Also, it's super hot today. It's like 96 degrees. So when we first put in the water, of course, it deflated a little bit. We had to add more air.
We had to temper it.
We have kayaks that we're trying to sell because we don't want to haul them around. We have paddle boards that we've switched to, but we can't use a paddle board on this lake. So we thought, oh, perfect time to try out the pack raft. Not as easy to paddle on a windy lake, though, as, say, a paddle board.
Yeah. And without this thing, almost impossible.
Yeah, we first went out without the skeg attached. We were just sort of doing circles.
Well, after the debacle with the pack raft, we went straight to the swimming pool. They have a great swimming pool here at Lake Fort Smith State Park. It costs $6 for adults to get in. It's open from around noon, I think, to 6, Wednesday through Sunday. Not sure what to do tonight. We still want to try to ride our bikes and walk another partial trail. So we're just going to play it by ear tonight after dinner and see what we feel like doing. But right now, we're just chilling out. We don't have any service at this park because we use Verizon. Apparently, I've read where if you use AT&T, you'll get service, but not Verizon. So a couple times a day, we drive to the top of the hill where we turned in off the main highway to check our emails and make sure we're not missing anything important on the outside world. This park is really lovely, and I wish I had more time here, more than just one full day. We might try to do something tomorrow morning. We'll see. We'll see where the day takes us. Good morning. It's a beautiful Sunday morning, and Graham has challenged me on this trip to try to create, as best I can, a full English breakfast on our little Blackstone stove, which I will show you in a moment. But I came out here to bring my stuff outside, and look what I found. Yeah, there they are. There's 2 deer just hanging out. Actually, I saw one earlier when I was taking Jack for a walk. But yeah, this campground is amazing. I would never get tired of seeing these deer all the time like this. This is crazy. All right, if you're not familiar with a full English breakfast, it consists of bacon, sausages, fried eggs, baked beans, fried mushrooms, fried tomatoes, toast, and traditionally black pudding, which is a blood sausage, which I can't find around where we live in the U.S. I don't know if other places in the U.S. you can find it, but not around where we live. So we're doing without it. But everything else is assembled. I'm going to try to do it all start to finish on our little Blackstone Adventure Ready camp stove griddle combo. Even the toast. So, here we go. All right, we've got the beans going, the bacon and sausages. And you shall see. I did bring this pan along simply to put stuff in to cover it to keep it warm while I cook the rest of it. But I think it'll be pretty easy. I also think we're going to have leftovers. Jack's here keeping me company. And of course, our 2 deer still over there. Crazy. Okay. Let me zoom you back out here. So we've got the bacon finished. The beans are finished. Sausages are about done. Cooking the mushrooms, the tomatoes.
what we have left. The eggs and the toast. Unlike traditional Blackstones, this one has a non-stick surface because I had a Pit Boss griddle, which is like a Blackstone grill, and I couldn't stop that thing from rusting to save my life. So we got rid of it. And we got this because it replaces both our camp stove and the Blackstone, or the Pit Boss that we had. And I've cooked about, I don't know, how many meals on it, Graham? 8 meals on it so far. And I love it. Alright, so got the sausages and tomatoes off, got the mushrooms still going, and the eggs are on. You can see I mangled an egg, but that's okay. It's still going to taste good. Now I'm going to start the toast. I tried the toast 2 different ways. I'm trying the toast 2 different ways. The first was on the burner, the cook stove burner. That kind of got charred around the edges. So the other one I'm doing on the actual stove itself. Here's the one I'm currently making. And here's the one I did make. So, note to future self, I'm going to do toast outside. Just toast it on the griddle. I should have known that. Okay, you ready for the final reveal? Ta-da! Full English fry-up. What do you think, Graham?
I think it's about as perfect as you can get.
In the States?
Apart from black, it's missing black pudding.
Missing black pudding. That's Jack, if you can hear him.
He's getting into position, ready to scrounge.
Yeah, he had to show me how to assemble this. So the eggs go on the toast, they go in the center, everything else gets built around it. I think I need bigger plates. Oh my gosh. All right. Anyway, got it all done on our little Blackstone grill. Not sponsored. And record time, that probably took what, 15 minutes? 20 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
All right, 15.
Yeah, it didn't take very long.
No, it didn't. Much less time than I would have taken on my stove inside. So, I'm pretty impressed. Pretty impressed. Coffee, thanks to Graham. And now it's breakfast time. We are now about to attempt to cycle part of this Boston Mountain Trail. Wish us luck. I may be back here in the parking lot doing laps around the pavement while Graham cycles it. Alright, so I chickened out and I sent Graham down the trail so he could tell me what it was like, because it said moderate to difficult, and that's not me. So, Graham?
It was good, but she couldn't do it.
So, we're not going to do the Boston Mountain Trail. We're going to pedal around the campground on the pavement. So, you sound like you've already had your workout for the day.
That last bit was a bit of a climb.
So yeah, I'm glad I sent him ahead. We've been sitting here waiting because there's like 3 other actual mountain bikers getting ready, and we didn't want to go. We wanted them to go first. All right, pedaling the campground, which will be a challenge enough because there's lots of hills.
Morning.
miles. We have biked nearly the entire campground. And let me tell you, there's some hills in this campground. I had to get out and push 3 times. Graham, how many times did you stop?
Huh?
How many times did you have to get out and push?
Once.
Once?
Up that big hill.
Up the big hill, yeah. So Graham's a trooper. Yeah, but for me, 3 times is a win. Anyway, we did it. We've got nearly an hour of bike riding under our belt this morning. And I don't know what temperature, 80 something. High today is 96, I think, 94, 96, something like that. So back to the camper, showers, and then it's time to sadly pack up and go home. Hey, what were you saying about breakfast this morning? Oh wait! There's the deer! This is gonna be the theme for this video. Ugh, everywhere! They're everywhere.